do Peerless watercolors, a demo on it, and I have to tell you, what I demo usually is things I'm passionate about and love so much. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about the two mediums here, the Peerless. Basically, it is paper impregnated with watercolor, and it's pure watercolor, and it's gorgeous watercolor. And these colors, these squares, show nothing really about what the color is. So you have to look in the back, it'll give you the name, but you must make a swatch book with these. So what I've done with these, I've stapled them into a little journal, and I take it with me everywhere, but I just gave it to my daughter. And then you just make a little swatch book. Now this is called the bonus pack. These are 40 colors and they last you forever. So this is a good way to start. This is a good way to complete the set. Whenever someone shows me something different, I always ask how many colors does it come in, because I need to own them all. Remember, I told you I'm a collector. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you, Peerless also comes with these colors in a liquid form, and it is, you could put it in a spray bottle and spray it. You can use a wet brush, wet on wet. You'll see how gorgeous they are. I'm going to do a little demonstration on it. Okay, so let's just start for a background. Now I use watercolor, look at my hands. I use watercolor paper, 140 pound is usually what I use. And I use this for my art journaling too. I'll show you a sample with stamps, but if you want a quick background in your art journal, this is the way to go. So I will start showing you. Let me just see what to do. So I'm going to show you a couple of techniques. The first technique will be wet on wet, so you'll see the difference. So I'm using my little mini mister. I'm wetting the paper, and like a nice saturation point because the paper can take it. Okay. So I will take one of the colors in the basic set. Now when you start, this color is, I don't want deep yellow, I want to show you geranium pink. All these colors are stunning. Geranium pink. This is one of my favorite colors. And this is it in the liquid form also. So you see how gorgeous it is. Now when I start to draw the paint from the sheet of paper, what I do is let's use some dirty water. I always go from the corner out, so you don't ruin the whole page. So you just take a little bit of the paper, the paint, and look at it go. Now watercolor is very, very unpredictable. So you don't know, especially if the paper is wet, you don't know where it's gonna go, where it's gonna stop, and that's what I love about it, and I love the softness of it. So you can I can mix colors too. So let's say I'm gonna take, and this set too, I cut into little squares and I put it in a little journal and I carry it with me because it's so easy. You just bring a brush that's full of water, like I had one here. This one, a water brush, and it's so handy to take with you. So now here's a yellow, the look of it. So now I'm gonna try this same look on a piece of paper. So I'm gonna go again to my geranium pink. I'm gonna lift some color, and I'm gonna do on an unwet piece, so you'll see how much brighter it is. So you can just color away, and it doesn't. These are professional grade watercolors. They're just gorgeous. And the story behind it is they started out in the 1800s, and the whole technique. This woman named Chris bought the company, and she found limited edition colors and all these sheets with no formulas in the basement. Look how bright this is. Look at this. So it's like instant shading, and ever since then she's been having some limited editions that she finds along her way in the basement of this place. But it's a great technique, and it's just a great product that I again take with me. Now to mix colors, if I want an orange, I'm gonna do it, let's just do this. Let's see, this is an orange yellow. Let's just see what happens. Now again, you have to make yourself a little swatch book because the color is not true on the, it's so penetrated into the paper, it's not a true color. So once this dries, if I dry this, you can again layer the color. So again, always remember to layer. To soften the edges, I can just spread it so it looks seamless between the two colors. When you wet it, you just reactivate it, and it just makes it that much more gorgeous and spreadable, and you'll see how now these two colors mixed. I love that. And actually it looks like 3 colors because I put them on at different intensities. The more you dilute with water, obviously, the lighter it gets. So this line was done straight out of off the page, and then the other one was with added water. So now let's try to just layer another color. It's pretty dry. I'm gonna do the pink again. Now really you should be letting it dry so it doesn't stick to this page, or just cut off a little piece, which I may just do right now. And you can even take this piece and drop it in a little bit of water and make your own watercolor with it. It'll color up the whole little pot of water that you have. So I'm gonna pick up the color, and you'll see that it just adds another dimension. And that's how you can actually shade your images, just by using the same color, drawing in between, and that adds to the intensity. I'm going to throw this in the water afterwards to see. So here I'm using Jacqueminot Red. I have no idea what that means, but it sounds pretty. And I'm going to take a little eyedropper. I'm going to pick up a little bit of the color. I'm going to put it in here. You don't need that much because a little goes a long way. And I'll show you how it looks in full concentrate. Oh, look at that. Look! Do you see this? I don't think you see it. Look! This makes me so happy. So you can do, this is full power. Like, the other one is great for travel, I love it, but when you compare it to a liquid, I mean, you can't, but I have all 55 bottles and it ain't pretty in my basement right now. So you can do that, or you can also wet your page. You can let it drip, you can do a little bit, because it's water based, it'll activate. You can also take this and do that on your page, just to do a different background, like on your art journal, however you want it. So that's another technique for a background. And you can mix colors too. So that's another way to do it. Okay, so I just stamped Julie's butterfly again. Even though we have 800 images, I decided to just show one. Very creative. So I'm going to just show you quickly how I would just color in an image. And it's just to show you how easy it is to use. Now another thing you can do on your cards is you can use this as a background and just stamp over it. So if you have a watercolor base, you can just make any background you want. Funky tie-dye ones, anything with watercolor. So that's just another sample. So you see the same color, once it dries, it becomes a different intensity. So I can just pick this up and you'll see it looks shaded there. Same color. So that's just to show you how you can use the same color to shade your image. Now I'm being very sloppy, so don't mind me. I'm just trying to show you quickly how to do this. Now let's just see if I can use, that's the other color, that's the bottle. That's the, oh. That's not a revolted, ugh. That's like a, oh my God, I love this, ugh. And then I'll just color it in here. And again, if you wet the paper first, you'll get a completely different look. And of course I have to go outside of the lines because we don't have much battery left and I have to really hurry. Hold on. So don't mind me going outside of the lines. I just want you to see how gorgeous it is to use. And again, depending on how much water you add to the color is how much lighter the color could be. So that's it.